Hello everybody, welcome back to another futures trading live stream with the Polarity automated trading interface. As you can see, we're doing some commentary this time, which I think should be helpful to everyone. You may also notice that we're using a pre-release version of the AnalyticaChart4, which will release on March 10th. We're starting out and we're just going to turn the strategy on in its most basic mode, just arm both there. As you can see, we have the strategy re-enabled in the same mode, which is trend mode. This means that it's going to be queued up and looking for another trade. As you can see, we actually manually closed there. We're trading off of the automatically derived zones that the AnalyticaChart4 is going off of. So that was our first trade of the day, and it was a loss. It wasn't a full loss because we closed it out halfway down. However, we are going to keep trying to get this trade here. Going to be trading off of these zones and going to be adding entropy into our strategy once we get more information from the market open. From the market open, there isn't a ton of information available regarding entropy immediately, so you do need to wait for some time for that to occur. As you can see, we actually got our long fill there right above that automatically derived zone, which is the green band that you can see on the lower part of the screen there. We're going to be trading off of those pretty primarily starting out here. Also, once again, the AnalyticaChart4, which is what we're using, is releasing on March 10th. And there is our first winning trade of the day. Pretty straightforward fill. Bounced right up out of that green band there after it actually was pulled down there. We're going to be referring to these as derived zones, but they actually act as somewhat sort of magnets. Price will find their way back there pretty shortly after forming. And as you can see, we have the strategy enabled in the same mode. We haven't switched it between trend and regression yet. See that we got filled into another trade there. This time it was short in a trend mode fill. So we got filled actually right at that green zone that was marked earlier automatically by the AnalyticaChart4. I apologize, I'm a little bit under the weather, so my voice is a little bit groggy. Hope you guys don't mind. Okay, so right there we're going to be switching into regression based off of price now giving us enough information to do so. We started out the day with a really high entropy there. And obviously you're going to see price getting really choppy here. So with that in mind, that's why we're switching to regression. Also, this is the first time that I'm actually doing live commentary as I'm trading, so it's going to be a little bit convoluted to listen to, but that's okay. We're going to learn. And you can see there that we got filled on that trade pretty easily. You can see here, not a lot of action going on. We're just going to be leaving it in regression with the strategy on. Okay guys, you can see there that we got filled into a short trade. So price poked out a little bit outside of that choppy area, and we got filled at the top of that bar, or at least what it looks like it's going to be forming at the top of that bar. And in doing so, we're going to be queuing up another trade by rearming the strategy and leaving it in the same mode. And you can see that we got filled, and we got pushed into another trade almost directly after we got filled off that trade. You can see I moved our take profit just to the top of that zone because it's pretty easy alpha. If this trade's gonna fill, it's gonna push all the way through that green zone at least. Looks like we made a good choice to move up just a little bit there. So we got a pretty easy extra, what, 2 ticks? But I'll take what I can get. And anyway, we're going to be leaving the strategy on in arm both in regression mode, which is exactly what it was before this trade. So with that being said, the strategy is now armed and looking for a triple stacked imbalance, and it's going to do the opposite. And there's our short fill into this trade. You're going to see here that we're going to be trading off of the most previous high. So we're expecting price to bounce off the previous high, but if not, we're going to leave it in the same mode and we're going to just look for another trade. So unfortunately there, we got stopped out. Our thesis did not prove to be correct there, but we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to keep looking for trades. And we're looking for that there, and we get a fill right into a short trade just above that green derived zone. And just like before, we're going to be moving our take profit to be just a little bit below that zone or inside of that zone at the edge. We want to take as much alpha as we can get, and when we're trading off of those zones, we're just going to adjust just very slightly to get us in a little bit more of an edge. All right, so played out exactly how we wanted it to there. Passed all the way through that green zone. Maybe we could have even gotten a little bit more there if we had moved down a little bit, but I don't want to get greedy. And guys, just to let you know, if you're worried about not getting the AnalyticaChart4 by getting Polarity earlier, you don't have to worry. We're actually including the AnalyticaChart4 base for free for people who already own the AnalyticaChart3. So don't worry about that. You will receive an email once the AnalyticaChart4 is released with a free download link to that software if you already own either the bundle or just the AnalyticaChart3 alone. So here you saw that we adjusted our take profit earlier. We're actually going to be doing something very similar here, but with our stop loss. We're actually going to expand our stop loss to be just below this previous zone, one tick outside of it, so we have a little bit of a better chance of getting filled. Also, if you're curious about why I keep clicking off of the chart, that's just so I can turn my mic on and off because, I don't know, a little bit nervous. I don't really want to have my mic on 100% of the time. I don't want to make any noises while I'm trading and have you guys hear that because I do some nervous mumbling sometimes. Okay guys, I think we're gonna call it there at $5,200 worth of profit on the day. Kind of a short trading session there, but you know, as long as I can keep it under 30 minutes, I'm feeling good, because that many trades winning in a row in only 30 minutes, you got to take that. You got to walk away sometimes, you know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into my live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary, albeit it was kind of limited and maybe not very useful. But I really do want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. That being said, if you're interested in the AnalyticaChart4, once again, that will be releasing on March 10th, and it will be free for users of the AnalyticaChart3, regardless if you bought when it came out or if you bought even all the way up to the day that the AnalyticaChart4 is released. Obviously, when the AnalyticaChart4 releases, it will be more expensive than the AnalyticaChart3. So if you want to lock in the price of the AnalyticaChart3, it's probably a good idea to pick it up before the AnalyticaChart4 releases. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.